right, so just finished up my workout. It's Sunday morning, Labor Day weekend. Hit legs this morning and 50 minutes on the treadmill. Got some stuff to do today, some work. We have an actual charity cornhole tournament that a couple of us from the firm are competing in late morning, early afternoon, so that should be a good time. And then just gonna finish up some work later today and get prepared for the week. So hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Starbucks kid. Got it?
Thanks.
Buckled up. Let's rock and roll. Do you like cross country though?
What?
Do you like cross country?
Yeah, that's really the only reason I go to school.
That's the only reason you go to school.
Yes.
Come on, man.
It's just so I can go to cross country.
No, or you just gotta go to school.
And then I start dance on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because I'm gonna have cross country practice and then like not too long and then I'm gonna be like all sweaty and then I'm gonna have to put on dance clothes. It's gonna be gross.
Understandable. It's the life of an athlete, man. so that's the end of another day in the life video. It was Labor Day, so there wasn't a ton of crazy stuff going on, but I did want to just show you kind of what a normal, relaxing day would be. Like I said in the last video, a lot of the stuff you're going to see is going to be the same because I've built my life based around consistency and discipline. And that's really what it takes to be successful. You know, I started out of law school in big law. I went into corporate America. I've purchased some businesses. I sold businesses. I run a law firm, and I also do strategic advising. And all of this came from just consistency in discipline and finding the right habits. I always like to say that being successful as an entrepreneur, it's not difficult, but it's hard. What I mean by that is it's not complex. It just takes work. And most people aren't willing to do what it takes. I've just been fortunate enough to see it differently at a young age. You know, I had no one in my family went to college. You know, I grew up pretty low middle class. I just wanted a different life for myself. And I knew that if I was gonna have that different life, I had to build it. And to build that, I had to find the right habits and disciplines and start implementing them. That's why in my 20s, I got into personal development. I've been reading a book or two a week since I was 26, 27 years old. And a lot of the stuff I've learned over the years comes from these books because they're great mentors. And when I work with founders and entrepreneurs, when I'm helping them restructure their business and step outside the frame and find clarity in the chaos, a lot of it deals with finding the right habits and disciplines. Most times when I'm working with founders, when they're in the thick of it and they're at that point of frustration, sleepless nights, they don't know how to pull themselves out of the business, they're still stuck in every decision, it's because they don't have the clarity yet. And they don't have the clarity because they haven't found the consistency in the things they're doing. They haven't found the right habits to move the needle. They may be busy but not productive. And we have to get those founders, or I have to get those founders to step outside the frame and look at it differently. And that's what I'm going to show you along the way. I'm hoping these day in the life videos actually show you some of what I do, how I think, how I advise clients. Some of you may enjoy these videos, some of you may not, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody. But if this helps one person, that's all that matters. So I do hope you continue to follow along. I'm going to try and make these somewhat entertaining, somewhat interesting, and definitely educational, because I want you to see that it's really not complex to be successful as an entrepreneur. Am I successful? In my mind, yes. Am I where I want to be? No way. It's a constant evolution. I'm always going to move the goalposts. I'm a lot farther along than I thought I would be, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But I'm going to continue to keep pushing forward, keep trusting the process, keep trusting that God has a plan for me. And again, I hope you follow along on this journey. I'll make it as interesting as possible. And again, I want to thank you for following. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I'll see you on the next one.